calling all current AS300 and AS400 cadets. Available now is an ODT opportunity for TDY to one of the Air Force Global Strike Command studio locations. The dates will be from June 2nd through the 15th, 2024, and July 7th through the 20th, 2024. All inputs are due by close of business on February 29th, 2024 for Det Commander approval. Please view the sign-up sheet in the General Announcements channel in our Slack. So what is this TDY? The Air Force Global Strike Command AFGSC summer program is an opportunity for soon-to-be Striker second lieutenants to spend 2 weeks at one of the Air Force's major commands. Through this program, cadets will gain a better understanding of the AFGSC's mission through a 3-week immersion into the command while experiencing a basic knowledge of Air Force base operations. It will additionally provide a basic understanding of why U.S. nuclear capabilities are necessary for Americans, our allies, and partner security. Eligibility requirements include being a U.S. citizen and an AS300 or 400 if on a 5-year program, been assigned to 11X, pilot, 12X, CISO, 13N, nuclear ops, 21M, missile maintenance, or 31P, security forces, or a support such as finance, personnel, logistics, etc. AFSC. Note: we understand that some AS300s may not have received their AFSC by the nomination deadline. Regions should nominate cadets competing for one of the listed AFSCs. If a nominated cadet does not receive an eligible AFSC and still wants to attend, regions will contact DOT for coordination with AFGSC or provide a replacement with a cadet who is eligible. Additionally, you must have an adjudicated secret clearance by the cutoff time, term, and cumulative GPA of 3.0 or higher. For more information, please visit Canvas. Thank you.
The views expressed in this presentation are expressly those of the presenter and do not reflect the official policy or position of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, the United States Air Force, Department of Defense, or United States government.
Is there one quote that especially calls out to you or even resonates with you, whether it's like your ethnic background, your gender, religion, or even your family?
Of course, that's too easy, but let me do my thing first. We're going to keep it 100% faithful for you all. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening worldwide. You are now listening to the hottest, the Rebel Nation, the Revolution, the Revolt, and the most hype. That'd be me, Christian the Hype Man / live from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Got a spot all up in your detachment. Now, to answer your question, it's very simple today. Embrace the vision you got and don't forget to think big. Okay? Let's break that down a little bit. Okay? Embracing your vision. Okay? Your vision is something unique. It's something that, whether you think of it as your divinity giving it to you or the universe giving it to you, the point was, in game, it came to you. That is your vision. You need to embrace it. You need to take it on as your own. And you need to figure out how to get there. Because that's the crazy part. We get an imagination. We can think of everything. But how to get there, it doesn't come as natural. So you got to figure that out in order to get to where you want to go. Okay, you have to watch out for vision because, there's some people out there in the world who say, make sure your visions are tailored. Make sure, they're, small and achievable and all that other stuff like that. Well, let me tell you something about success. If success were easy and easily obtainable, then everybody would do it. All right. So it's going to be some hard work. That's what I'm trying to get at. Okay, you're going to have to do some things. You're going to have a vision. You're going to have to identify what you want in your life. And most of the time, it's going to take hard work. Okay, it's going to take time. It's going to take forgery. It's going to take sharpening. It's going to take all those things to put it all together in order to make sure that your vision comes true. Okay, and it's not going to come overnight. Very rarely does it come overnight. So, but the point is, take your vision. Don't be afraid to think big and actually get at it. Go towards it. Get the information. Go hunt it down. Okay. You are going to most likely fail at it over and over and over again, but that's a part of the process. That is something that is inevitable. Okay. So that's okay. It's okay to fail out there. It's okay. Okay. We all learn something from that process. Get up, dust yourself off, and get back at it. That's the only way you get at it. Anybody who you deem as a success will tell you they got the vision and then they started going towards it, and then they started falling over. They started, they hit some low points in their lives. They hit some high points, but they hit some low points, and those were really low and those are really hard. But they thought about quitting, but then something went over them and they kept going, or they didn't give up on that dream. They might have found another path, but they kept going towards it. Okay. If any success says, yeah, I just walked up and I was successful. Yeah, well, I would question that. Wouldn't you? So in order to be successful, it starts with the vision. What do you see for yourself? How do you see yourself? And if you haven't looked at that yet, you're wrong, because we all should have a vision of where we're going in life and what we want to do, whether it's, military, or if it's, being an entrepreneur or being a humanitarian, or whatever the case may be. Because at least the people that I associate with, every last person that I associate with, and I'm defined by the company I keep, wants to leave the earth in a better state than it was before. I think the worst thing that people can do on an individual note is come on earth, live a long life, and not do what they set out to do. That they didn't leave the earth in a better state than what it was before. And that takes vision, that takes desire, that takes effort, and all those things that come together to make it happen. Okay. Now, when it comes to vision, I want to kind of lay this out for you. Vision. And who are the players in when it comes to your vision? It all kind of starts out with you, right? I want to do this grand, unbelievable thing. I want to be a millionaire. Cool. That's wonderful. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people, not a lot of people are millionaires. Yeah, well, whatever. You didn't get the vision. I did. So, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more too. But I really want you to understand that it starts with wanting to have $1 million. And there's some players that are going to be a part of that process just inherently. There's you, and then there's some people that I have in there in mind that I always have the experience with when I have my visions. Now, I have my believers. My believers are the people, that's the people that no matter what, they got your back. You got these people most likely are your mom, your dad, your best friend, your grandma, your grandfather. Those who are just, no matter what you say, they're going to say the same thing each time. They're going to say, whatever you want to do, you can do it. And in addition, they will start contributing towards it. And it might not necessarily be money, but it might be their time. They might help you connect something, or they might help you write something, or they might help you go to the mall and shop for something. They are willing to invest in you fully outright just because they believe in you. They believe in whatever you conjured up in your mind, you can do it. And they're active believers. They follow you. It doesn't matter. Right. That's cool. You need those people. Those are the people who give you support during the worst of times. Then you have your critical thinkers in there. Those are the ones who seem like they always got a question about whatever you're doing. They're just practical. They're not tearing you down. They're giving you constructive criticism. They're really wondering how you're putting this thing together. So they are very, very helpful too. They might seem like, oh, you just a hater. And they're not. They're just saying, I see what you're saying because I'm trying to get an understanding of your vision because I don't have your vision. So I'm just trying to understand it so I can contribute to it more because I'm truly an investor. And what I'm trying to do is invest some critical thinking into your process and help you out. Those people you want to keep near you too, especially me, because I'm a orange. I'm a wide thinker. Sometimes I miss the critical things. Don't tell me no, tell me how kind of deal. Okay. They are important in your life. Now, the biggest part, you guys might not think so, but the haters, oh, you need the haters. I can't stand the haters. And I can write a book about the haters and how much they just hate and they don't want you to do nothing. They just want you to be broken, ashy like them. Okay. But let me tell you something about haterology. Okay. The majority of the haters are not doing greater than you. Okay. A lot of the haters are not in the field. Okay. They're not bloodied and battered in the field playing the game. They're in the stands. Oh my God. And they got so much to say. All right. Another thing, last thing about them haters is they must have all the time in the world to hate and they can hate for a multitude of reasons. They just hate to hate. Okay. But why am I mentioning the haters? Because you need them. The proper hater in your life is giving you validation. It's another form of validation. If you're truly doing your life's work and it's positive, it's sending you in a positive trajectory and it's helping other people, but somebody manages to hate on you anyway on how you do it, they have a lot of time on their hands, but they are also giving you validation that you must be doing something right. And I know that's really crazy to think about, but I promise you it's true. Okay. Think about all the times in your life where you can just be an MLK. You could just be a Mother Teresa or something of that nature. And somebody just sits there and they got something to say about it. They must have a lot of time on their hands, but it's a way of validation. I could write a book on haterology, but they are a part of this process because they're going to do what they do. You can't be mad at vultures because they're vultures. You know, that's the way it goes, but keep them close. And then lastly, and these are the ones I really don't need. These are who you don't need are the non-believers. Okay. Non-believers might come in the form of believers. They might tell you that they believe in it or whatever, but they have no effort. They have no energy. They don't contribute. It's a lot of show, but it's not a lot of go. And they're on your boat somehow. Somehow they're on your boat because you're convinced that they're a believer. They are not believers. They're just on your boat just to say that they know you. And that's craziness. Sometimes it takes a while for you to detect those folks, but when you get them, you get them. And make sure you're constantly analyzing those players in the game because they're always going to surround you and your vision. Okay. You need to protect your vision. But the biggest one that you don't need, in my opinion, is those non-believers. The ones that just hang on your boat. They hang on your wagon. They're along for the ride while you're pushing it through. They say that they're contributing. They say they have investments, but you never see anything out. You never see anything cranked out. And you wonder, what are you truly doing here? Don't be afraid to cut them off your wagon. Okay. It's just one of those things that are inevitable. Okay. You're going to get those people who are just along for the ride. Don't be a sucker. Okay. Don't do that. Make sure you tailor your wagon and your dreams and your vision so that the right people get to the end of your vision as needed. All right. I challenge you to do that. All right. Let's go.
You are listening to the For the People Hypercast show.
Attention current debt for cadets. Air Force ROTC Honor Guard showcases an elite league. Become a part of a distinguished tradition showcasing precision, discipline, and patriotism. Elevate your skills through ceremonial performances, embodying excellence at every step. Develop leadership, teamwork, and an unwavering dedication while honoring our nation's values. Experience unparalleled training from seasoned professionals, mastering drill and ceremonies to represent the highest standards of the Air Force. If you are interested in joining the ranks of the best, please contact Cadet Davison or Cadet Stevens.
You are listening to the For the People Hypercast show.
And let's go. Happy New Year, everybody. It is 2024. We have made it to season 2. Christian the Hype Man Sledge, Det 004, the people, preseason opener, episode 0. Today's a special episode because the alertees are still on vacation. I don't know who authorized this, but we're gonna go ahead and step up and give you guys a special episode. Why is it special, you may ask? It's because you get to meet the Cadre. That's right, you've heard it. Det 4 Air Force ROTC's Cadre is here representing for you all, here to answer all your questions or none of your questions. I don't care today. So we're gonna see where it goes. All right. So on behalf of R.E.D Alert, of course, Happy New Year, everybody. But the moment you all have been waiting for, it is time to buzz the tower and introduce those who you guys call the Cadre, because you're about to break down, you're about to learn something about them. So without further ado, let's get this thing going. The process is very simple. I'm gonna call their names out, and when I call their names out, they're gonna say hello, and they're gonna give you a catchphrase from something that they wanna do. I don't care what they do, they just do it, all right? So they might just say hello, they might just say eat my shorts. I don't know. So we'll see how that goes. And without further ado, let's get it going. Pattern is clear, southeast, 004 knots. You guys are clear to buzz the tower at this time. First up is Staff Sergeant Mercedes Amata.
Sergeant Amata checking in.
Next up, we got Sergeant Rachel Dice, also known as Dicer 1.
Hi.
Next up, we got Tech Sergeant Joshua Riggleman, who's the baby of the family.
Sup.
Next up, we got the veteran, of course, Tech Sergeant Ricky Martin.
Hello. Present for duty.
Cool. And then, of course, we got the wonderful and beautiful Miss Yesenia Alcantar Sledge.
Hola.
All right, we got the RO and we got the EO, plays no games. We got Captain Pierre Sutton.
Somebody shut the door.
All right, and then, of course, last but certainly not least, it is my honor to give you guys Det 4's Detachment Commander, none other than Lieutenant Colonel Michael Young.
Garbled and readable.
Okay, so while we're still up in the airspace, I definitely got something to talk about, all right? So I'm gonna let you guys know what's on my mind today. The big subject, overchillin', all right? Overchillin'. So y'all, I need y'all to jump in here because I need y'all to help me with this overchillin' concept with this new generation. Overchillin'. These folks find any reason to be chillin'. All right, I work hard all the time. I literally wake up at 4:30 in the morning, go do my thing throughout the day, get home, raise my kids for like 20 minutes, and then they gotta go to bed, and then I gotta go to bed, and then I gotta do the whole thing all over again. All to be just faced with the fact that everybody else gets to chill, okay? It's not fair, all right? So I just wanna let y'all know that I get tired. If folks find any reason to overchill, it's Tuesday, Captain Sledge. I'm overchilling. I'm chilling today. So Colonel Young, please help me out. Please help me determine what's going on with this new generation. Anybody help me out. What's going on with this new generation and this concept of chilling? And then how the heck are they able, I'm just talking about people in general. How are they able to just, expect opportunity to come at their doors, but they're over chilling? Somebody please help me. Help me.
Well, I'll go ahead and chime in there. Thank you, one, for defining what overchilling is as a new generation term. I have never heard of that one before. But yeah, I don't know if I can help you with that.
Look,
Turn off their phones.
yeah, it's a concept. Look, they come at the door all the time, and I'm not talking about cadets or anybody. I'm talking about just this new generation, and they just expect, opportunity just to come at their door, and then it's like, hey, you got to work hard for that. Work, I don't know if I want to do
That's not what
that.
they said if I went to school.
Yeah. What do you think, Captain? Help me out, man, please.
I think part of it is that they've been conditioned to it, right? Because in school and everything they get rewarded for just being, for not putting in a lot of effort. Everybody's a superstar. Everybody gets a participation trophy just for showing up, no matter how much effort they put into it. So that just carries over throughout their life. And then when they finally, reach someone like us that's holding them accountable, telling them that they need to do things to actually earn the things that they want, to become worthy of their desires, then, that's a shock to them. It's a shock. It's like, oh my God, like, what do you mean? Like, I'm just not great just because? Like, I actually got to work at being great, and I got to continue to do things to sustain that greatness and to excel. And so that's part of it. The other part is, it's the fault of our generation, because we as parents of these new generation, because of the struggles and things like that and the hardships that we probably had to go through and the work that we had to put in because of the lack of opportunities and things that we didn't have that our parents weren't able to give us, we've made it too comfortable for our kids. And so now they don't have that same work ethic.
I agree.
I think Captain Sutton hit it right on the head. I'm battling this with my LTs on a daily. They are really good about not stressing about something until they have something to stress about, but at the same time, they don't understand that the work you put in now are doors and opportunities that you're going to be able to jump into the second they open, rather than waiting for the door to open and then getting ready for it.
Yeah, so what's the solution? Because they like to chill on Tuesdays. Because it's Tuesday.
Well, I don't know how you guys do it, but not in my house.
So, yeah, I'm just throwing that out there. So, okay, so I got it. So we got to figure out how to seal this Overchillin, because it's a mess. And then it's like, well, why do the opportunities come to me? Why don't the opportunities come? It's like, because you got to work. Oh, my mental health. Oh my God. Okay, and Colonel, I'll be in your office later. I got it. I'm not supposed to be talking about that. I'll be in your office later and we can talk about it later. But I just had to say it. So there you go. That's why I get it. So, okay. Thank you guys for your consult. We'll continue. We'll move on. With that being said, ma'am, Yesenia, can you please lead us to the next segment?
All right, so coming up next, we'll come back and ask the cadre. Stay tuned.
You are listening to the For the People Hypercast Show.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Det 4. This is, of course, the one and only OFC, Christian the Hype Man Sledge. This message contains information for the fiscal year 24 Advanced Technology Research Center Summer Internship Program. The execution plan announces a paid internship for 10 cadets nationwide in Dayton, Ohio, between the dates of 13 May 24 and 9 August 24. This ODT will not be monitored by the Southwest region, but interested cadets must have the Det Commander approval to apply. Suspense date is 29 February 24, but positions are filled with rolling admission on a first come, first served basis. So make sure you get at it right now if you're interested. If you are interested in the eligibility or the application process, please see your supervisors or your flight commanders immediately so you can sign up. All right, let's get at it.
Attention current Det 4 cadets. Air Force ROTC Honor Guard showcases an elite league. Become a part of a distinguished tradition showcasing precision, discipline, and patriotism. Elevate your skills through ceremonial performances, embodying excellence at every step. Develop leadership, teamwork, and an unwavering dedication while honoring our nation's values. Experience unparalleled training from seasoned professionals, mastering drill and ceremonies to represent the highest standards of the Air Force.
This tasker is directed to all of our AS 100s and 150s who are interested in taking the AFOQT on for May 2024. Now, this is mandated for those who have not attempted the AFOQT at all, but everybody else who is voluntary and want to take the test again are welcome to do so. Please fill out the AFOQT Data Survey 2024 that was provided in the Canvas announcements no later than the end of the day 21 January 2024. This is considered a hot tasker and is required for you to get scheduled to take your AFOQT with the Cadre. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your cadet wing education officer, your supervisor, or your flight commanders. Make sure you are a wingman and make sure that you let everyone else know in your environment to get this done.
You are listening to the For the People Hypercast show.
Coming up later in For Cruise News, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base commanders relieved a command. Man arrested for pulling a gun on a young woman is identified as an Air Force sergeant who claims to have PTSD. Lastly, a new military child care benefit to kick in is starting 1 January. We'll see what that's all about later because now it's time for Ask the Cadre.
Let's go, Ask the Cadre. Let's go.
All right, so Cadet Hoyer is asking, when is the debt going to get a new location?
Colonel?
Ooh, that's a good question.
We know you don't have the answer when you answer.
No, the real answer is I engage with the university president, Dr. Whitfield, every time I see him. I see him about once a semester, and I make sure to remind him that we are a growing detachment and we have a very small space. So it's pretty complicated in that space on campus is very limited. So we kind of have to go through the bureaucracy of UNLV to kind of make our case, if you will. We're working it though, but I don't have an answer.
Yeah, my question is, when are we gonna get these PFA averages up? When are we gonna get a new location for these PFA and GPA? That's my question. I told you I'm not answering anything today. I'm just saying what's on my mind today. Yeah, we think Captain Sutton was saying earlier, we got to give them something to go up to bat with.
That's right. Cadets, we need the cadet wing and everybody to give us the ammo to go advocate. Say, hey, look, we've increased the university GPA, by these many percent. Hey, all of our folks are top physically fit. We have all these different resources, and folks want to come here because of our program. So we need a bigger space to accommodate those folks, but we need the cadets to do their part.
Tit for tat.
Yeah.
So it's an intrinsic advertisement.
That's right.
Yeah. So cool. I think we answered that question. Maybe not. I don't know.
Alrighty. Cadet General asks, what was the hardest part of basic military training via your commissioning enlistment source?
Well, for me, I would say it's the same message I tell all the cadets, that 4 years in Air Force ROTC, it's a marathon, it's not a race. So making sure you're completely engaged for 4 years is not an easy task. I can't think of any individual thing that stands out as the most difficult thing. Obviously, my field training was 30 days of rigorous PT in the heat of Lackland Air Force Base. So slightly different than what cadets go through today, but I wouldn't say it's any more difficult.
Sergeant Mata, what was your hardest part of your enlistment?
BMT.
Yeah.
I think being around 50 other females and getting used to, different personalities for sure. But that's the Air Force as a whole. Always having to get used to new people and all that. But it was just kind of a shock to be around so many different people from all over the world. But it was fun in my experience. I can't say that I had a terrible experience. But that was probably the hardest part, was just getting used to people. Because I'm a homebody. Not really used to crowds and all that, but definitely found myself getting used to it.
Okay, so people.
People.
Okay. All right.
It's always the people.
Cool. All right, next question.
I'm gonna need some help with the cadet's name.
Oh, that's Menchikov.
Menchikov is asking, how often do you keep in touch, if at all, with prior cadets, airmen from your enlisted or commissioning source?
I don't talk to nobody from this. I don't know what you got. You still talk to folks?
Nothing. No, I had I had 6 in my class, and we kind of all lost track of each other. But when I deployed, it was the first time I'd seen them in like 10 years, and it was or a few of them, as they all went kind of the rated career field. And, missiles, they kind of seclude us out in the middle of nowhere, and you don't get to see, the regular Air Force. So it was a while. It wasn't until I went to Afghanistan before I saw anyone from my commissioning class. But I do have folks that I keep in contact from my first assignment, and I think that's something that cadets can get some awareness on now, that it's not really about your commissioning source once you're in. For me, at least, I have found that once you get to that first operational unit and you make some friends there, those tend to be the ones that you stay in contact with for your entire career.
All right, so Captain Chronister, what do you think? You kind of recent.
That's crazy. I not only commissioned with way more than 6, I think it was 26. One of them is actually going to A&M to be an ROTC instructor this summer as well. So that'll be cool we've already started throwing ideas at each other. And then one of the girls I met at field training is actually going to be one of my bridesmaids. So maybe it's because I talk a lot, but I keep up with everybody. I know everybody's business.
I just want to point out that she had to mention she went to A&M.
Yeah.
Wow. I think it was just to piss me off.
It's just classic.
Sir, her transfer isn't 100% yet.
Don't say that.
I was like, guess who ain't coming?
Press the button.
Okay, cool. I think we're good with that one.
All right. Cadet Cooper is asking, what makes you the most happy when you are doing your job? No comment?
You hear that silence? Nothing.
For me, it's making lieutenants, right? It's when you get to watch them cross the graduation line and, put up their right hand and swear the oath and put on butter bars. That by far has been the best experience I've seen as far as the outcome of a job. But I would say, more generally speaking, it's knowing that what you're doing is important. I think you can get some really good satisfaction out of that.
Yeah, that's what I would argue too. Doing the job itself, you gotta keep yourself motivated. It reminds yourself why, but it's after the job is done, after the end game. You see the end game, you see the light bulbs go off, and they get it. But the job is done by then. So you're asking me, Cadet Cooper is asking me when we're doing our job. It is very difficult sometimes, and sometimes I need to bang my head against the wall because I'm not getting the product that I've been asking for the last 3 weeks. All right, and then all of a sudden, then it happens to them. But when they become lieutenants, they're like, I've been asking this person for this. I was like, yeah, welcome to our world. Yeah, that's exactly what when the revenge sets in, when they feel what we feel, that's when I feel great. That's when I feel fantastic. I just heard from Cadet General about Lieutenant Ventresca out there in Pensacola, and he's going through some things that we were like, yes, you're suffering like us. We told you. But that's how I feel. Sorry.
At what point do we say the views and expressions of the individuals on this podcast do not reflect upon the Air Force or Air Force ROTC?
I think
we say
we'll add that disclaimer.
I think during post.
In post, yeah. We'll fix it in post.
Okay.
It might be reminded every 10 minutes.
Every commercial break.
Yeah, you're going to get that every time. This is me.
I like watching them reach their milestones. That's what gets me okay, I gotta keep pushing forward for these kids. When they're contracting, and then when they're finally commissioning, and finally when they get their orders or their assignments, it's the milestones for me that get me going.
For their PFAs.
Yeah.
The look on their face.
Yeah. That's it for me.
Y'all are so nice and gentle. That's cool. And I really appreciate that.
You see the difference.
What about you, Sergeant Martin? What makes you happy?
What does make you happy?
Not corn.
Not bananas either.
Non-yellow fruits and nuts.
Just to echo everything that's been said already, because I'm not the type of person who gets motivated by like awards and quarterly awards, stuff like that. It's the stuff that were, brand new commissioned lieutenants come up to me after the ceremony and saying, "Thank you for everything that you've done. I wouldn't have made it without you and the cadre. I realize how much hard work you guys put in, and we wouldn't have made it without you guys, and really appreciate the support." So stuff like that I enjoy hearing, and that's what makes me happy when doing the job.
That makes sense. Good for you, Sergeant Martin. You also had a very gentle answer. Okay, cool. All right, last one. Ready?
All right, so Cadet Dayrit is asking, ideally, what kind of cadets, lieutenants do you desire to produce? It's a 2-3-part question, guys. Hold on.
You got a lot.
What are some specific areas? Okay, you know what? Let's back up. Let's just answer the first one first. Ideally, what kind of cadets or lieutenants do you desire to produce?
Colonel?
The best.
Yeah.
We're charged with that as cadre, right? We're responsible for the future of our national security by creating those who will lead it. So I take it very seriously that the people who cross over that line and raise their hand here at Det 4 at least are going to be ready for that charge.
I'm just trying to get to the lieutenants that don't spend their time overchilling. I'm just trying to get that. That's where I'm trying to get.
Captain Sutton, what's your take on what type of cadets or lieutenants we desire to produce?
Ones who, like I say, hold themselves accountable, right? So take initiative, do all the things that that we, like I say, that we're here to teach them to do, and they do it on their own. Inspire other folks, right? Knowing that their job is a people business that we're in as commissioned officers and leaders. It's the people business, and always keeping that first and foremost. Understand that you got to take care of people, but you also have to do the things to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Ones who really want this, more than just as a job and as a career, and understand how important it is to what they're going to go do, defending our country and our will.
Good answer, sir. Good answer. What are some specific areas our cadets need to work on to become the ideal cadet or lieutenant?
Not overchill.
I was going to say this.
Well, we know where Captain Sledge is on this.
I'm sorry.
For me, I would say critical thinking, and I know the cadets by this time are just rolling their eyes right now as I say strategic thinking, critical thinking. But really what I'm getting at is, like Captain Sutton alluded to, we're not looking for folks who can just, follow orders and just move along. We're looking for folks who can actually think about a problem and come up with, unique and good solutions to problems that we haven't even faced yet. So trying to get that instilled in them now to be able to think through something as simple as how do we plan an LLAB can translate into future skills about how to plan an operation. So critical thinking, strategic thinking, I'll follow my sword with. That's probably one of the aspects that I think our cadets could use more help with.
To kind of go with what the Colonel was saying, the hill that I will always die on is communicate early and often. I don't need you to have the right answer every time, but I need you to know that you don't have the right answer and tell me as soon as you don't or ask for help. But yeah, communicate early and often every day.
I would add also do the work. So part of that communicating, just don't tell me what your problem is. Use the resources that you have. Go try to figure out, solve that problem as much as you can, and information from your fellow cadets and things like that, and then come to us cadre when you guys either hit a wall, but come equipped, with some sort of information or something, and don't expect us to do your job plus our job.
All right. What is your definition of a good leader?
For me, I would say someone who can inspire others. And I'll just keep it simple.
So for the NCOs, how would you guys define a good leader? I mean, the NCOs are expected to, seek their, CGOs and things like that and consult them and talk to them. But we all know that not all CGOs are, the same. So what would you qualify as a signal of a good leader? Somebody you would follow. What are the traits that you have? Let's start with Sergeant Mata. What do you think?
I think just someone who you can always lean on, someone who's open, someone who, doesn't just say they have an open door policy, they mean it. That's pretty much, in my experience, the greatest leaders I've met are the ones that truly care. That's...
Sergeant Riggleman, what do you think? What inspires you to to follow a good leader? What are the characteristics that you see?
I tend to lean on servant leadership. That's the role I try to adopt most of the time when I'm supervising or whether I'm being rated. I like the approach of help me help you and always have that two-way feedback so that relationship is going to be dynamic, right? You're never going to have the same approach on everything that you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. So having that ability to keep that communication open and resolve any issues or things that come up, it kind of helps give that or earn that respect rather. That just comes natural.
So I'm going to ask Sergeant Martin, I'm going to flip it up on him because we talked about good leaders. I'm sure he's had his fair share of the opposite spectrum. So what were the characteristics that if you saw that, Sergeant Martin, if you had that experience, which makes you sway to say this is not necessarily a good leader, this is somewhere else on the spectrum? What did you see to make you feel that way?
At Det 4, I don't think that was possible.
Well, yeah, Det 4 is different, but I'm sure he's been in the game for about 15 years, so he's seen it.
So I just want to say, for the record, this did not happen at Det 4. But just a general answer, I have to be able to trust you. So trust is a big thing for me. I have to be able to feel like I can come to you with a certain situation. And there was a time that I went to a senior NCO over a situation that I needed help with concerning an A1C having a conflict resolution dispute with a GS employee. And I went to him or her for help. And after the situation was resolved, they pulled me into their office and was telling me that they felt like I should have been able to handle the situation, that they were really annoyed that I came to them over the situation. And from that point on, I did not trust to go to him with any other situation. I either felt like I need to handle it myself or go to another NCO with the situation. So I look for trust because I have to be able to trust you. I feel like your people have to be able to trust you to be able to come with you to issues.
Yeah, pretty good.
Can I say something else about that? Sure. I think to go along with that, you're as a leader, you're wanting subordinates' input, right? When it comes to anything from like boards, or EFDP for strats and stuff like that, and you want to rely on the people that are in the day-to-day business of things that you're asking about. So really, that trust also, goes down, right? You need to trust your subordinates to give you the correct answer and then utilize it as a leader. So,
all right, cool. Ma'am, please take us away.
Well, that was Ask the Cadre. Coming up next, after we come back, we will go into cruise news with Dicer 1. Stay tuned.
You are listening to the For the People Hypercast show.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Det 4. This is, of course, the one and only OFC, Christian the Hype Man Sledge. This message contains information for the fiscal year 24 Advanced Technology Research Center Summer Internship Program. The execution plan announces a paid internship for 10 cadets nationwide in Dayton, Ohio, between the dates of 13 May 24 and 9 August 24. This ODT will not be monitored by the Southwest region, but interested cadets must have the DET commander approval to apply. Suspense date is 29 February 24, but positions are filled with rolling admission on a first come, first served basis. So make sure you get at it right now if you're interested. If you are interested in the eligibility or the application process, please see your supervisors or your flight commanders immediately so you can sign up. All right, let's get at it.
Attention current Det 4 cadets. Air Force ROTC Honor Guard showcases an elite league. Become a part of a distinguished tradition showcasing precision, discipline, and patriotism. Elevate your skills through ceremonial performances, embodying excellence at every step. Develop leadership, teamwork, and an unwavering dedication while honoring our nation's values. Experience unparalleled training from seasoned professionals, mastering drill and ceremonies to represent the highest standards of the Air Force.
You are listening to the For the People Hypercast show.
Back, and it's time for today's cruise news with Dicer 1.
That hot fire.
Hot fire coming in. United States Air Force relieves Wright-Patterson. We gotta restart.
Yeah, you gotta restart. Dylan.
No, the first part stayed.
Keep it.
You guys laughing, it's gonna make me laugh. Okay, all right. United States Air Force relieves Wright-Patterson Air Force Base's commander. The commander of the 88th Air Base Wing at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Ohio, was relieved of command December 29th due to a loss of confidence in his ability to lead. Colonel Christopher B. Meeker was removed by Lieutenant General Donna D. Shipton, commander of Air Force Life Cycle Management Center. Meeker assumed command in July 2022. Shipton announced that Colonel Travis W. Pond, 88th Air Base Wing Deputy Commander, has been appointed as interim wing commander. Pond has been the deputy commander since June 2023. Shipton said, "I made this decision in the best interest of the men and women of the 88th Air Base Wing." What do you guys think?
What do you do?
Nice.
Yikes. Exactly. That's all we
His
got.
ability to lead.
Yeah.
There's something behind that.
I'm sure there is.
I don't think we know. I don't think it's been released yet.
That's the catch-all that they will say for a relief of command, I've noticed. But yeah, obviously something very, very bad.
Yeah, they often won't release details like this until much later. But again, everyone is innocent until proven guilty and all of that. But I think it's important when looking at stuff like this, when you see commanders relieved of duty, that, often I'll relate this to ROTC. Cadets think that, when I'm an 05, I can do this and I can do that. When really it's the same rules that apply to general officers all the way down to airman basic. And obviously some folks, maybe take a little bit more advantage of positions or jobs or GTCs or whatever the case may be. But again, I think this is a good lesson for everybody to know that if you break the rules, you're gonna face the consequences, no matter what rank you are.
Well, I think it continues the pattern. Captain Sledge, was it the Thanksgiving session that you sent to all of us? You guys discussed this, and you see these higher ups, enlisted or officer side, and they get into trouble like this. And it's something that's been a trend item for them, and it's just increasingly grown as their career has grown. And somebody knew, somebody saw something at one point that should have said something and never did. And it's continued to this point.
Yeah.
I've seen squadron commanders. I've been a part of indirectly for like sister squadron and stuff like that. One was relieved of command, and it was a trend item of essentially not reporting correct data to the group, and it was then now fudging numbers. So for like critical items, stuff like that, where hey, everything's fine, but it wasn't fine, and the group basically was at that point, the threshold had been crossed, and the squadron commander was relieved. So it's, again, with trend items of like, it's just not getting corrected.
You guys just holding each other up to standard.
Yeah.
Super important.
Do you feel like, I don't know, 30 years ago, when you guys were being found, doing this stuff and being caught, or like 30 something years ago, do you think it's the new Air Force that's holding more leaders accountable?
Oh, absolutely.
I think technology has to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's harder to get away with being a bad leader.
Yeah.
And I think part of it too is leadership type has changed, right? So just culturally, just in the way the world operates now, a lot of things that back when I joined in 2006, like when I would hear stories from, some of the older heads or whatever, they talk about when they came in 2002 or in the 90s, like, it's like, man, they did what?
Yep.
And so our society and the military has gradually progressed, to a point to where certain things just aren't acceptable that used to be acceptable. And especially, for those higher ups, a lot of times it doesn't catch up to them until something like this happens, till they get relieved of command to let them know that, no, like, okay, I understand that might be your personality, that might be how it was done then, but you're not bigger than, than the force. And so this is the steps that need to be taken.
Yeah, it's kind of phasing out.
Yeah.
Cool. Next article, Dicer.
Next one. All right. The next one is a 19-year-old woman captured a video of the moment U.S. Air Force Sergeant Charles Bass pointed a gun at her and asked if she wants to die during a road rage incident in Surprise, Arizona. Court documents claimed the woman cut Bass off in traffic around 8:45 a.m. near Litchfield and Cactus Roads on December 5th. Bass allegedly told police that the woman had been driving erratically and that he pointed his gun at her because of his PTSD and hypervigilance issues. When she pulled up beside him with her window down, by the time he saw it was a young woman, it was too late, according to the report. When asked why he pointed the gun at the driver twice, if he saw that she was a young woman, he allegedly said he didn't know why. Bass reportedly declined to answer any further questions about any words exchanged during the altercation.
Is this a
Be
military?
careful on those roads, people.
So is it Bass or Base?
Yeah. I was like, I wonder how the chief feels about that. Yikes. He's like, are you related? First and foremost, it was like, good Lord. If I had an opportunity, and PTSD is real, so let me go ahead and throw that out there. That's really real, okay? I'm not trying to speak up on that because I'm not that kind of person. But if I could claim that and just pull out a gun on anybody else who's driving erratically in here in Las Vegas and you walk away, then we'd be on a completely different wavelength. That is insane to me. And not only did he do it, he did it twice. So it's like, I don't know if we're asking the right question if we're, where it says what, he didn't know why, or did they see that it was a young woman there? I don't know if that was the right question. Because it was a human, it was a person, and you know how we do weapon safety. Don't pull that thing out unless we intend on doing the thing. I don't know if I don't know. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know.
I'm still trying to figure out, was this on base or was this?
No, this was in Surprise, Arizona. I don't think it was on base. I think it was in the community, but he is obviously
military,
Air Force.
Yeah.
Well, it says, according to the report, by the time he saw it was a young woman, it was too late. So I'm guessing those were his words. Like, that would have mattered if it was a guy, or he was expecting it to be a guy.
Well, he got cut
It's
off,
like a
so
whole
maybe
nother
he
weird
assumed
thing.
it was a guy, and a woman wouldn't have it in her to cut off a man for anyone.
Ah, man, that's a weird way of thinking.
Not true, because I will cut you off in an instant.
It's a weird way to put it, you know?
I think that what's fascinating to me is the first instinct of this young lady driving was to pull her phone out to record it,
And not call.
I guess
Is that why she
that's
cut
just
him
not-
off?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, that's not an instinct that I have inherently, having not grown up with a camera in my phone. I often miss those types of opportunities to record things because I just don't think about it. But it's just funny how, you know, I've got an angry person that's walking up to my car with a gun and I'm going to pull my phone out. That's just, I mean, I'm glad we got some evidence here, but that's just it's kind of an interesting instinct that I don't have yet.
I think
People are afraid they won't believe them.
Yeah.
You know?
If you don't see it, it's not believed.
Right. And that's everyone nowadays pulls out their phone. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but most roads, you know, even in small cities, they have like cameras and stuff like that on the roads. But yeah, it is interesting that she decided to pull out her phone first instead of
To record instead of to call
trying to
911.
seek shelter. But it's also just interesting how that's his first reaction was to pull out a gun.
Yeah.
and not, you know, we talk about in the military, you know, escalation of force and things like that. So he went straight to the most extreme thing possible. Whether it's PTSD or hypervigilance, that's to be determined by the medical professionals. But he obviously needs some help, but he also needs to be held accountable for what he's done.
Or anger management.
I mean, we get cut off all the time, but how many people go out there and say, I'm gonna go get my piece and do my thing?
I'm coming from Texas, and that's quite often.
Really? All right. Well, there you go.
Yep.
There you go. And where's Cap Chronister? She's Texas too. She's straight Fort Worth. So.
But there is a time and place for everything. And I don't feel like because someone is so important and they have to cut me off, that is the time and place to pull it out. I'll wait. You go ahead.
Cool. Okay. So I think we got that one. You want to go to the next one, Dicer?
All right, last one. The Dependent Care Flexible Spending Account benefit will officially go into effect in 2024 for active duty personnel, as well as members of the Active Guard Reserve on Title X orders. But beyond open enrollment season, many service members may have a qualifying life event, such as a birth or adoption of a child, that will allow them to enroll or change their enrollment into the new account. Those entering the military during the year can also enroll. The new flexible spending account helps defray the cost of childcare up to age 13 and other dependent care by providing tax savings. Accounts are funded through pre-tax deductions from a service member's paycheck. Documented claims can then be filed to receive reimbursement for eligible expenses.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
I use the UNLV ones. So I assume it's very similar, where it'll just get deducted from military paycheck and then just be able to use it towards your dependent costs or health benefits, like glasses or contacts or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool that they thought about that from this point of view. Because I mean, literally in my experience, we experienced a increase in tuition twice in a year. You know, Mary Hill, Sergeant Dice, you know, Mary Hill don't play around.
Gosh.
They are quick to raise your
they
tuition.
just up their rates like $150.
Yeah, which is a qualifying event according to the government if they just raise up the prices for no logical reason. So, and this is for you youngsters who are about to become cadets and you're going to be future parents somewhere when you turn 55. Because don't do it now. Don't do it.
Don't rush.
Please don't do it. Everybody's like, don't do it. All right?
Don't do it. Wait till you're like at least 35.
You'll be fine. But
then you can't catch up to the kids.
no, you can catch up to them if you're doing your PT.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So basically, long story short, I'm just saying that because, you know, childcare is expensive now. So you can only imagine what it's going to be like here in a few. So just make sure you guys know your resources. know where you can go in order to get that boost. Because even though we have, BAH and all kinds of other benefits that help us out, it's not enough sometimes, especially if you want a quality education for your kids and things like that. That stuff you got to pay for extensively. So if that's what you want, you're going to have to find those resources. Again, seek opportunity, stop overchilling, and go over there and seek it out. Because they're sometimes it's out there. You just got to know where to find it. So I appreciate the fact that you brought this article out, and so that people know that these things exist, those resources exist. Not necessarily for now, but 10, 20, 50 years down the future when you decide you want a family.
50 years?
50 years. People are living longer these days. People are living
but
longer.
at 50, can you really catch a toddler?
Look, did you hear that?
Those kids can move.
On another tangent, they've cured death. That's a thing. The immortal man is walking amongst us now. We just don't know it. All right. So what that means is we've cured everything. I'm on a crackpot thing right now. I swear this is true. I read it somewhere. All right.
Said everyone ever?
Yeah, so now you can have kids at 75. Did you know that an African woman gave birth to twins at Okay, we're going somewhere else. All right.
Wait, what about De Niro? Then it was he.
Yeah, Robert De Niro. I mean,
men. Yes.
He got child care. He got the money.
Yeah. 75-year-old woman having twins. That's impressive.
Yeah, we haven't seen that since Sarah from the Bible and all this. So I'm just saying, people are having kids older these days. So just be aware, just know your resources for childcare. Cool?
Base provides a lot of that.
All right, Miss Yesenia, please take us home.
Thank you, Dicer. Coming up next after we come back will be What's Poppin' with Sergeant Mata. We'll be back soon.
For the People Hypercast Show.
We are back, and it's time for today's What's Poppin' with Sergeant Mercedes Mata.
All right, let's get down to pop culture. All right, new year, new me. The year 2024 is here, and can you believe it? And of course, people are making their New Year's resolutions. According to a survey conducted by Forbes, 1,000 adults stated their resolutions for the year. 38% said they would like to improve their finances, and I may be well within that 38%. 36% said they want to improve their mental health. 34% said they would like to lose weight. Other resolutions included things such as making more time for loved ones, quitting smoking, making more time for hobbies, improving work-life balance, and meditating regularly. So, question for the crew. Did you make a resolution? What was it, and what is the probability that you will follow through for the entire 12 months?
Sergeant Riggleman, what did you do? What did you do?
I made a resolution to be more patient and to take more risks this year. And to break 80 again in golf.
Oh.
All right. What else? Sergeant Martin, what resolution did you have?
So I shared earlier today that I spend way too much money at McDonald's.
And texting us your orders?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not spending so much money at McDonald's and not texting embarrassing food orders to the group account.
All right, good resolution. Good call.
What's the probability that you'll follow through with that?
McDonald's 100%. Text messaging group account 98%.
There's a 2% chance.
6 months after he's left, he randomly texts our group chat.
Yep.
Cool.
So curious here, what actions are you going to be taking to follow through with your New Year's resolutions?
Yes, sir. I will be meal prepping to make sure that I don't give in to the weakness as I drive by McDonald's. I know I have food at home. For not texting the group account is triple checking that I'm actually texting the right person.
I mean, how often are you going to McDonald's in 2023?
Thanks, David.
So much that I feel like I deserve a sponsorship.
Wow.
So that much.
He's got 20 million points on his Michael.
The platinum McDonald's card.
When you go through, like, is this Ricky? Like, we've already got it ready.
Come clean, man. Come clean. We know it's you.
I know they know it's me because every time I hand over my credit card, it's Ricky Martin. So I know they know it's me.
So they know you. Yeah, they know you.
Yeah.
Sergeant Dice, what about you?
Ooh, I really didn't make any this year. I am trying to find a better workout routine, so if you want to like call that, because my classes will be more manageable this semester, and I'm trying to cut out pop.
What's that?
Soda.
Oh no.
Pop,
You're
yeah.
a pop girl?
Pop.
She Midwestern.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Indiana.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's pop.
So it's pop.
That's right.
It's
It's
pop.
pop.
It's pop over there in Chicago.
It's pop.
Which is the one that calls everything Coke?
That's the South.
It's South, isn't it?
Aw.
That would be me. I call it right.
Georgia, Tennessee.
No, like you from Texas, right?
Yeah.
That's the clean South. They're talking about the dirty.
Georgia.
Oh,
The dirty. Yeah.
Like
That's the dirty
Louisiana and all
South.
Easy on the
that.
Georgia
Okay.
slander.
I love Georgia.
It's not it. That's what it is.
So do you call it pop? Sergeant Rick?
Who?
No, I call everything Coke. I'm actually from where Coca-Cola is created too.
Oh, so you call everything Coke?
Yeah.
Everything's Coke, and then what kind? We got this. We got this.
Oh man.
Wait. What else? Who else got resolutions out there?
Yeah, I find we don't make resolutions, so we just like set like each one of us has like a different vision. We make our vision boards and like have a word that we look for or associate the year with. So for me, mine is growth. So just continue to grow and be open to new things and new experiences. Because I can kind of get stuck in my ways at times. So just looking for growth and taking on other opportunities that I've said I want to do but haven't put forth the effort to actually pursue.
Like personal and professional?
Professional to a certain extent, but more so personal.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Are you gonna try to pursue that Netflix thing?
I already did the Netflix.
Are you
You're
gonna
gonna have a
you're
series?
a Netflix special?
No, I'm not a special. I did a Netflix animation program.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
And,
cool.
yeah.
See, the more you
That
know.
was a couple years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, Cat Williams special.
Yeah, you gonna wait Club Shay Shay?
Club Shay Shay. Yeah. So
Awesome.
What about Captain Chronister? What she got? He didn't say nothing.
New year, new me.
new year, new me. The dog mother speak.
Resolved to change my name to one that is equally as hard to pronounce. So don't get used to this one.
Oh.
Okay.
Reveal.
Is it Mishka?
I don't know. I guess I'm trying to not stress until there's something to stress about, which is something my fiance is really good about. But I wake up stressed. I live in the stress. More stress, the better. But off to probably not.
I'm there with you.
But I'm gonna try to do that. And this whole flight commander gig has been really good for me. I tend to run hot pretty often at work, so I just don't understand why people make certain decisions, and I let them know that it makes no sense. But I'm trying to be more centered. I'm going to try to bring that here when I get there.
I was gonna say you're gonna love ROTC.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, man, like, am I gonna have to become hype? Like we can't have three just grumpy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all can't just be
Somebody's gonna need the hype
cadets in the
man.
face.
I know.
I think
Okay.
it's just
Jeez.
expectation management. Because they're cadets, but they're not supposed to know things. But if I have a 38-year-old tech sergeant and he comes to work sick and I send him home after telling him not to come to work sick, and I ask him, what's the first thing you're gonna do? And he looks at me blank, and I tell him that he needs to take his temperature when he wakes up the next day to see if he's gonna come in. And he tells me he does not own a thermometer. I get a little grumpy, especially when it's like midnight on New Year's Eve and I was expecting to go home.
I wasn't married, I wouldn't have a thermometer.
This is shots
I know,
fired.
I'm sorry.
This is shots fired at the 38-year-old tech sergeant in this room that does not have a thermometer.
Shots fired. Get down now.
I'm not. I start new assignments with blank slates, but I'm just saying. So far, all of my assignments, tech sergeants, they're the ones. They're the problem.
She's looking at you, Sergeant Riggleman.
Yeah, Sergeant Riggleman and Sergeant Martin, but he'll be gone.
You got exceptional tech sergeants.
What about you, Colonel Young?
I'm part of the percentage that did not make a New Year's resolution. New Year's really isn't a big event for me. Like, I barely stayed up to midnight kind of deal. But I do take advantage of the day off.
I was in the Taco Bell drive-thru on New Year's.
Really?
Right at midnight.
Did you see Sergeant Martin on his way to
Yeah, I saw him across the street at the McDonald's. Yeah. We waved at each other.
Order in.
I sure did, actually.
He ain't lying. Am I good?
Yeah, you good.
Forbes also stated that most people keep their resolutions 2 to 3 months before they ditch them, with only 1% of those who set resolutions making it the entire 12 months.
That's probably pretty accurate.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That doesn't bode well for me.
It's important for people just to be realistic, kind of like point out what Colonel was saying. Just be realistic with yourself. Like, know who you are and know what you will and what you want.
It's gonna be hard for Sergeant Martin though. The chicken nugget commercials is back. Have you seen that? The ones from the 90s? The chicken nugget commercials is back, and they gonna come back and they be like, "Ooh, where you been, Sergeant Martin? When you gonna come see us, Sergeant Martin?"
Right there.
Like
Gets me all the time.
Yep.
Right before you go on the
I was gonna ask
You ain't
you,
getting one.
Yeah.
are you a McRib fan?
I am not a McRib fan. Not at all.
So you don't. Okay, so I gotta go off of this tangent. So is it breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Like is it all of it?
Oh, he likes breakfast for
It's
sure.
all of it. It's all of it.
Oh man.
Oh no!
He's not guilty.
He's like,
It's all of it.
I know, you're gonna pour up.
yeah.
That's why it's always growling.
Yes, I mean he comes into the jet with his prep meals and stuff. So I would have
No,
never.
he doesn't.
chicken
Have
and
you not
rice.
seen him come in with his McDonald's breakfast platter?
That was twice.
I'm
hiding it.
eating broccoli
Under
platters.
the toilet in the bathroom.
Broccoli platter.
That'll stop him. He'll never know. He'll never guess. Okay.
Are you a filet fish guy?
I'll eat that.
So what's your go-to meal
It's
at
bad, y'all.
McDonald's?
It's bad.
He sent it. Remember the junior bacon chicken?
Nah, that was Wendy's. That was Wendy's.
Oh, that was Wendy's.
Yeah, that was Wendy's. What's your McDonald's? What's your go-to?
For breakfast, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Quarter pounder for lunch and dinner. So, all right, I'm tired to talk about McDonald's now.
Dang, man.
Did you guys pick up the stomach growl on the microphone there?
Yeah, the bubblies.
Point it down a little bit. Oh man. Do you make 3 trips? Or do you get
No.
2
No,
quarter
that's
pounders?
obscene. No.
Who would do that in a world?
No. 3? No.
2?
All right.
Maybe.
But-
That's the perfect number.
Oh, now I'm just not surprised anymore.
All right. Cool. Well, I think we're good, Dan.
You are listening to the For the People Hypercast show.
We are back for a round of hot seat with our DET CC Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Young.
Hello.
All right, Colonel Young, I'm going to ask you 10 questions, and you have 3 seconds to answer them.
Ooh, hot potato.
You get 1 pass. Are you ready?
I think so.
All right. What is your all-time favorite movie and why?
Predator. Because 80s. I don't know.
Because
80s.
That's good. That's good.
Get to the chopper.
All of those. Yeah, exactly. You get it.
That's
Do it
Terminator.
now. Do it.
Get to the chopper.
Whatever.
Get to the chopper.
Editor. I'm Schwarzenegger.
All right, number 2. Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Katie Holmes.
Who's that?
I don't know why.
You know who Katie Holmes is?
Dawson's Creek.
Tom Cruise?
I don't know. I don't know
Tom
who it is.
Cruise.
I'm looking her up right now.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
all
Oh my
right.
God.
Good choice. Girl
You don't know
next door.
who Rachel Doss is? She doesn't know who Rachel Dawson in the greatest Batman movie ever made.
She don't want
It's Rachel Doss.
that one.
Actually, she was in the other one.
Oh my God. Okay, you're next. Okay, sorry, Martin, go.
She's a girl next door.
Okay, number 3. If you had to choose one favorite hobby or pastime, what would it be and why?
That one's easy. Mountain bike riding. Anything on 2 wheels. It's a passion of mine.
Awesome. 4. Would you rather work at a high-paying job you hate or a low-paying job you love?
I was ready to answer your question before you even finished. It's obviously a low-paying job that I love. Like, I could not do something that I hate. In fact, that's why one thing that scares me about retirement is I know I need to get another job. And I'm looking at like, well, I can get some kind of contracting job, doing for you cadets out there. There's not a whole lot a nuclear missile operator duty type stuff translates to the civilian world. But there are some things. But I definitely don't want to do that in retirement. So I would work at McDonald's serving
Sergeant Martin.
Sergeant Martin.
I'm your pusher.
If the crew was awesome,
on the corner.
that's the way to go.
Be a Walmart greeter or something.
Check your
There you
receipts.
go.
Yeah, check your receipts.
Where-
Sir.
Wearing my veteran hat and welcome to Walmart.
Happy as hell.
Nice.
Guy's so happy.
All right. If you could eat only one type of cuisine for the rest of your life, what would it be?
When you say cuisine,
Type of food, Mexican,
Any type of food?
Italian.
oh yeah, Mexican. Yeah,
Woo, woo.
tacos all day.
Amen.
Yep.
You got it.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Flying. Because it's cool. Like, I don't know. Is there really a why to that? Like, ask our cadets, why do you want to fly? I don't know.
All right. What's one piece of advice you'd give to someone starting out as a deck commander?
Oh God. Get ready for the admin.
Yeah.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Pass.
What profession would you not like to do?
That's a cheater question.
They knew your technique.
They knew it.
You was gonna
Yeah. I would not want to join the Navy. Does that count?
That counts. So, all right, last question.
He knows.
He came to the airport.
That's right.
Okay. Were the Broncos right for benching Russell Wilson?
Oh God. Yeah. I'm gonna say yes. I'm just gonna go with yes. And then go quietly into the night. That's the last one, right?
That's the last
All right,
one.
Great. I'm done. This is a hot seat.
Draft Mike, I'm out of here.
Right,
Get me out of here.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right. So, ma'am, take us home, please.
Coming up next, we will wrap up the show with the closing send-off. We'll be right back.
You are listening to the For the People Hypercast show.
Hello, we are back.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap up the show here, And I just wanted to kind of throw some things out there, and the cadre actually wants to throw some words of inspiration for you guys. So my biggest thing that I want to kind of throw out there is as I say all the time, be grateful, be appreciative that you all are still going through what you're going through right now. Because a lot of people, I mean, every last one of us here is going through something. This is not no clean slate where everybody has sunshine and rainbows. And we acknowledge that you guys are going through whatever you're going through right now, whether it's academics, you guys got family things going on. We got that. We have family issues going on too, right? But we can't show that, right? We got to be available but one thing that we all are is grateful. We're glad that we are here. A lot of us are older. And we realize life is not guaranteed. So I just want you guys to throw out some commentary to give those folks the healing words that they may need, because we know life is not guaranteed. We know challenges are out there, but the challenges are designed to make us stronger. They're designed to make a diamond out of you, not to crush you. And a lot of people find it difficult to believe that while they're going through it. But when they actually make it to the other side, they realize, oh man, I'm actually able to handle what I'm able to handle because I went through what I went through. So what do you guys think about that when it comes to just being grateful and appreciative to just be alive?
Well, I love being alive. But to your point, I think, at least what I hope out of this podcast and us, as a cadre team getting in on this and speaking to cadets in this kind of forum, my hope is that they understand that we're all humans, right? We all have our own issues. We all have our own, New Year's resolutions, and we make mistakes, and we try to grow from them. And I guess that's the biggest thing. Is often, at least I remember as a cadet, feeling like my cadre could do no wrong. They're just they were God at the detachment. But folks need to realize we're all human, and we all just kind of need whatever it is that we need in our life. So my hope is having us in this kind of forum, we can kind of open that aperture and let them know that we're all here and just talking about McDonald's and laughing at each other and all that. So the second thing I'd like to just, get out on the internets is how grateful I am for all of you as a team. Like, words can't express how incredibly thankful and proud I am of this cadre team. So I'm looking forward to all of our new changes coming up. And I'm extremely thankful for those who are leaving us and leaving the place better than when they found it. So that's all I have to say.
McDonald's Air Force Base.
Is there a McDonald's in Creech?
Nah, the Subway.
No, there's a Subway.
Submark.
I'm good on Subway. I don't have to worry about that.
So is McDonald's actually your favorite?
It's not.
Restaurant?
It's just
like
the
your
weakness.
favorite fast. Is it your favorite fast food, or is it just the convenience of it?
Definitely the convenience.
So what is your favorite fast food restaurant?
If it's not Chick-fil-A, you're
Cane's.
Is it
Thank you.
Cane's.
Chick-fil-A all the way.
Ugh.
No, Chick-fil-A used to be good. It's not good anymore.
That's true.
What chain?
It's trash.
we went for inspiration to wait. Chick-fil-A's not like good anymore. What happened? They lost inspiration.
I
They're
just came
overchilling.
from there.
They over chilling.
They're overchilling.
Chilling so dang hard.
They just collecting the money.
Peppermint milkshake is awesome.
It's supposed to be
Their
inspired.
milkshakes are good. Their sandwiches are not what they used to be.
Colonel, this is what you're proud of? This is a cadre you're so gosh darn proud of?
You got a bunch of cadre members with ADHD, can't stay focused on Dyson, what?
I'm incredibly proud of each and every
right
one
off
of
the
them.
rails.
For each one, your own unique cadre member.
That's right. That's right.
Actually want to do her African American Studies survey.
We already talked about that's next episode. We talk about that survey. Cadets are like, what survey? What survey? It's for another day. It's for another day.
No.
Okay. Everybody's good. Everybody said their piece. Everybody's good. Okay, nothing heard. So with that being said, we'll wrap it up. Hey, make sure you guys talk to somebody different than you. You might learn something a little bit different. Go out there and do good things, all right?
Be kind.
We are out of here. See you later.
You are listening to the For the People Hypercast show.